Hello everyone and welcome to Outsider Reviews. Today we'll be taking a look at the Marvel Legends Far From Home Mysterio figure. I gotta say, I was really excited when they announced this figure because Mysterio is one of my favorite Marvel characters, and I've been collecting every version of Mysterio from the Legends line so far. I even made a quick custom with the colors I prefer. Before we start, let's take a look at the packaging. On the front, we get the usual Windows style packaging that Legends normally have, and we get some nice artwork on the sides. On the back, we get something new. We get artwork of Mysterio instead of a shot of the figure like we used to see. I just noticed this change, but I think it may have started with the X-Men wave that came out recently. Personally, I think this is much better than the old style since the previous shots of the figures had them in odd poses that didn't show off the articulation as best as they could have. Next to the artwork, we get a brief bio of the character that reads as follows. The master illusionist Mysterio battles his foe Spider-Man using his wits and the technology embedded on his suit. And on the bottom, we see the other characters in the wave and the Molten Man Build-A-Figure. Now on to the figure itself. Mysterio has a really nice looking pearlescent light purple helmet with tiny specks of white all over it, and it looks very cool. His cape has sculpted detail on the inside with a couple of green diamonds, and the back has some symbols printed on it, and since I haven't seen the movie, I have no idea what they mean, but you can see the eyes Mysterio always has somewhere in his design. His entire body has some really nice sculpt work and has a good variety of colors all throughout. We can see some greens, darker golds, and purples, so it never feels like they use just one solid color like they do on some figures where I imagine they were cutting costs. The cape is removable as well as the head, but he doesn't have anything underneath like the comics version. Now, moving on to the articulation, he has the standard Marvel Legends male body articulation. If you have any of the Bucky Cap mold figures, you already know what it's like. The only difference is that he has a ball joint in the upper torso instead of an ab crunch, but it works pretty well. As for accessories, this figure comes with an extra set of hands and a leg for the Molten Man Build-A-Figure. This figure stands at about 6 inches tall and is actually just a bit shorter than the other Legends, but that's probably just to stay in scale with the other MCU figures. For a size comparison, here he is next to your standard Marvel Legends. Here he is next to a DC Multiverse. Here he is next to a Star Wars Black Series. Here he is next to a Overwatch Ultimates figure. And here he is next to a Figuarts. Overall, this is a really good figure, and although I only have Scorpion from this wave, I think this might be the best one. Though I may be a little biased since Mysterio is one of my favorite Spider-Man characters. The only cons I can find with this figure are the lack of effect parts and that it can have some trouble standing because of the cape. Another negative is that he is most likely going to be the hardest figure to find from the wave and the most likely to be scalped online. If you're a fan of the character, then this is definitely a must-have, and even if you're not, this is still a really nice figure to have. Also, just as an extra, you can use the head that came with Cosmic Spider-Man as an unmasked Jake Gyllenhaal Mysterio. It's not an exact look, but it works well enough in my opinion, and the effects from Polaris and Enchantress look good on him too. And here he is next to every other Marvel Legends Mysterio figure released so far. And that's pretty much it for the review, and as always, thanks for watching.